about the Service Above Self Award?
Well, this is an interesting assignment. And this was something that I was aware of, unlike what Sridhar did otherwise. Service Above Self, the highest award given by Rotary International to any Rotarian. This year in our district has been conferred on an amazing person. A person at various points in time I have referred to as a friend, a well-wisher, a mentor, but is actually a generation elder to me. I don't know whether Chari will mind this revealing his age, but a person who is a generation elder to me. But I have gone to him for on several occasions. Let me share with you one snippet before I give you the other aspects of his personality. Since this is a conference, a guy with a great sense of humor as well. I'm sure all of you have experienced that when you have interacted with Chari. 22 years ago, at a district conference, then it was held at Kamarajaragam. I was part of the catering committee. I was a member of the catering committee in that conference at Kamarajaragam. So my job was to make sure everybody was served properly, taken care of. It was the Elapoda Sapade on a Sunday afternoon. So the fellowship was at the Sun Mall, Sun Plaza nearby. So several people came from Sun Plaza to this dining hall. And as most of you know, Sunday afternoon was biryani. And that day was chicken biryani. So at one point in time, I'm not making up the story, this actually happened. Those of you who were present with me on the day would know this. At one point in time, there was one of the Rotarians who jumped across the table, held me by my collar, this in 22 years ago, and said, "Enna biryani podra, leg piece kaanu inga." Really, he said, "Enna biryani podra, leg piece kaanu inga." But he had some pieces of chicken, but they were not legs. So I didn't know what to do. I rushed, and Chari was the first person whom I came across. I said, "Sir, PDG Chari." Appalam Maryada kooptam PDG Chari ne. PDG Chari. Ennappa? Sir, leg piece kekran. Poi sollu, kodikku rendu kaal dhaan irukku sollu po அப்படின்ட்டார். ரெண்டு கால் தான் கோழிக்கு எவ்வளோ பேருக்கு leg piece போட முடியும் போய் சொல்லிட்டு வா அப்படின்னு. That is the kind of person this amazing gentleman is. A man is more computer literate than people who are half his age, who has been prolific with all his Rotary activities and passionate about it. He has personally been involved in sponsoring 10 Rotary clubs, all of which are alive even today. After several years, 10 Rotary clubs have been sponsored by him. And he was fortunate to be the governor in the 50th year of India's independence. Today is an amazing day when I look back. 400 years ago, the British monarch deputed their representative to India, and they didn't leave for 400 years. Today, the head of Rotary, who is an Indian, has deputed a British person to represent him at the conference. And she has promised me she is not going to stay for 400 years. So Chari was fortunate to be the governor in the 50th year of India's independence and carried out a project which involved feeding the people every single day of the year, and a master of global grants, and he has great connections in UK as well, and I'm sure Nikki is aware of his connections where he has managed to facilitate a whole lot of global grants for our district. So it's no doubt that if at all anything one can say, it is probably a few years delayed, but there's no doubt this gentleman deserves this Service Above Self award, and it's my pleasure and privilege to invite Chari on stage and request Director Nikki to hand over the Service Above Self award to past District Governor Krishnan V. Chari.
Request our District Secretary and DGND, Rotarian Saravanan, to please escort him to the stage.
Can we have Nitya Chari also on stage, please?
request PDG Krishnan Chari sir to please give us his acceptance speech.
Dignitaries on the dais, my fellow Rotarians and friends, I'll cut short the greetings. It's with mixed emotions that I received this Service Above Self award. Because I always believe we are destined to serve our community. That's what I've been taught. So, when our Governor Sridhar and past Governor Raju told me that I am being proposed for this award, and my good friend Venki said, look, you will get that award. I was overwhelmed. Such is the affection. More when you receive it in the presence of another director now and the incoming RI Vice President. You know, in this journey of 38 years, when I look back, there have been a lot of very big leaders. I can only go back to Ratan Tata, for whom I worked for 4 years, directly under him. Such a humble man, very focused, very soft, and everything he planned or did was how it will affect the community. That is one side of the story. When I came to Chennai and joined Rotary, one of the first things that I remember is Dr. past Governor Sundar Raman. You may not have met him. He was in charge of polio fundraising. And he called us, Rotary Club of Minambakam, your target is $5,000. In a big meeting with all the presidents, we almost fell off the chair. In those days, back in '85, $5,000 was a lot of money. So I went to his house to request him, sir, you know, we are a small club of 23 people, hardly 42 years old. How do we do it? He said, Chari, okare. Do you drink? I said, yes, occasionally. He said, then pick up this drink. Look, why do you think we are asking you to do it? We are not asking you. We are asking a club. We are asking Rotary to put in the effort. There's a community behind you. They will come. They will give it to you. He says, never take anything that you attempt as a personal challenge. It is a Rotary challenge. I thought there was a lot of sense to it. To cut a long story short, we raised $7,000 back in '87 for polio. I'm sure that was an eye-opener to me. This is the power of Rotary. Then there were a lot of seniors who led me. Past governors, after Sundar Raman, there was K.V. Srinivasan, Ratnam, and C.T. Chidambaram. All of them encouraged me. And that's how we started. But I was very fortunate that I had some good friends in Rotary who were outstanding. If at all, I'm sorry some of them are not alive today. There was a Mukku Venkatesh, for those of you who knew him. Any problem, any challenge, he will say, I will do it. I used to tell him, Mukku, hold off. Then there was Bucci, M.V. Bucci, tireless worker. He could work for 24 hours a day. He said, Chari, we'll do it. Then, of course, there was Veerappan. I don't know where he is in the audience. You know, he was all go. He said, anything and everything we can do it. And these were the people who walked along with me. Then there was a Setu. I was told Rotary News is there. You are the secretary. You have to look after it now. I said, I don't know what to do. Setu was a friend of mine, and a printer, his friend, Vedachalam. They walked along with me. We brought up Rotary News right from scratch. There was nothing, including plays, everything was all done in collaboration with these friends. So the story will go on. Then, of course, I moved on. Sushil Gupta, who unfortunately did not become the RA president due to health reasons. Sushil Gupta encouraged me during Rotary News. He gave me all the opportunities. And then I became a RRFC for whole of South Asia. And that was the most enjoyable time. It was a challenging time. And I would even confidently say, if you talk about permanent fund or endowments, etc., a lot of it was conceptualized in those days. So, when you look back, people have led me, people have walked with me. No doubt a lot of people will follow me. I should also thank the Council of Governors and especially S.V.R.M. Ramanathan. I will let you into the secret. He first became a conference chairman when I was a governor. Right, Ramu? Okay. So, and he did a great job. I mean, we had Shivaji Ganeshan, all kinds of people. And J.B. Kamdar, who has been a close friend, and all the members of the Council of Governors. I love Rotary, I love Rotarians. So, if anybody thought we have kicked up Chari, we have given him the award, he can now go back. No, I will always be here. I will always work with all of you. Yes, you can applaud. I mean, be. And I would like to quote from Bhagavad Gita. Karmanye vadikaraste mapaleshu kadachana. These are the words of Krishna when he said, do your duty. You are not entitled to the fruits of that duty. That goes to him. I also look at it that way, that service, whatever we do, goes to the community at large. And I should also at this time tell you, my wife Nitya has always stood by me in all the Rotary activities. Thank you very much, Rotary, for conferring this award. I dedicate it to all the Rotarians. Thank you.
Thank you. We now request our District Governor, Lieutenant J. Sridhar, to talk to us about another very, very important recognition